Things are heating up in Green Bay as the Packers gear up for a pivotal seventh season under head coach Matt LaFleur. With whispers of changes swirling around the organization, fans are left to wonder just how different this offense will look when the season kicks off. Where are you watching from, and what's your take on these developments? We want to hear from you. LaFleur has been at the helm for nearly 7 years now, and while the offense has had its moments of brilliance, it's clear that stagnation can be a team's worst enemy. This offseason, LaFleur and his coaching staff have taken a hard look in the mirror, assessing everything from the run game to the passing schemes. They've come to a critical realization. It's time to shake things up. The head coach stated, "We took a long, deep dive into everything we've done over the past 7 years. Run game, pass game, screen game. We got rid of some stuff that you think is effective, but when you watch it, not quite what you thought it was." This honesty is refreshing. The Packers finished last season ranked 15th in offense, a solid but unspectacular standing, especially when you consider they lost quarterback Jordan Love for a significant stretch. Additionally, the offense was plagued with injuries, including the absence of key players like Jaden Reed and the devastating ACL tear that sidelined Tucker Kraft midway through the year. The silver lining? The offense displayed remarkable resilience, showcasing the second highest third down conversion rate in the league. That's a testament to the players' grit and determination, but it's not enough to rest on our laurels. Now, as we enter this new chapter, the Packers have also seen some departures in free agency, including the loss of wide receiver Romeo Dew. His absence could be felt if not adequately addressed. The questions loom large. Who will step up to fill the void? Can Love and the remaining offensive core gel quickly enough to make an impact? The Packers have always prided themselves on a rich tradition of offensive prowess, but fans should be cautiously optimistic. The potential for growth is evident, but it hinges on how well this restructured offense can adapt to the changes. There's a palpable hunger among the players and coaching staff to prove they can elevate their game to new heights. The stakes are high, and the scrutiny will be even higher. As we look ahead, one thing is clear. The upcoming season could be a turning point for the Packers. Fans, stay tuned as we delve deeper into the implications of these changes and how they might shape the future of Green Bay football. What do you think about the new direction of the offense? Let's keep the conversation going as we move on to our next update.
The buzz surrounding the Green Bay Packers is palpable as OTAs unfold, but amidst the clamor of Josh Jacobs and the health concerns of Micah Parsons and Tucker Kraft, one name deserves far more attention: OT Zack Tom. The anticipation surrounding his return to full health as we head into training camp is more than just a footnote. It could be a game-changer for the Packers' offensive line. Head coach Matt LaFleur has expressed optimism about Tom's recovery from the torn patellar tendon he suffered late last season against the Denver Broncos. Let's be real here. While edge rushers and tight ends often steal the spotlight, the foundation of any successful offense lies in its offensive line. Zack Tom is not just another cog in the wheel. He is a pivotal piece of the machinery that makes up the Packers' offensive identity. His return is crucial, and it could dramatically shift the dynamics of Green Bay's 2026 campaign. Before his injury, Tom was performing at a level that could only be described as all-pro caliber. His presence on the field was undeniable, serving as the stabilizing force for the Packers' offensive line. The stats tell the story. The team boasted an impressive 8-2 record in games where Tom played at least 30 snaps during the 2025 season. Remarkably, he did not allow a single sack in his 12 regular season appearances before injury struck in Week 15. That's a level of consistency that any quarterback, especially a young signal caller like Jordan Love, desperately needs. The ramifications of Tom's absence were felt immediately. Without him anchoring the right side of the line, Green Bay's offensive unit floundered, struggling to maintain the level of protection that had previously set them apart. The stark reality hit hard as the Packers limped to a 1-4-1 finish in games where Tom was sidelined. Pressure mounted on Love, and the offense lost its rhythm, culminating in a disappointing wild card loss to Chicago. The drop-off in pass protection was one of the most glaring issues during that late-season stumble, and it's hard not to connect the dots back to the absence of Tom. As we look ahead, the Packers are understandably taking a cautious approach this offseason, especially considering the severity of Tom's injury. A torn patellar tendon is no walk in the park. It demands a careful recovery to ensure strength and mobility are fully restored. But the silver lining is that if Tom can indeed return at or near full strength, the potential upside for LaFleur's offense is substantial. Stability and physicality on the offensive line are non-negotiable, and few players are more integral to achieving that than Zack Tom. In the succinct words of Coach LaFleur, the expectation is set. Zack Tom should be back for camp at the end of summer. The stakes are high for the Packers, and let's hope that Tom can stay healthy and keep Jordan Love safe this season. After all, the success of the Packers' season hinges on their ability to protect their quarterback and establish a balanced defensive attack. As we move forward in this video, keep those thoughts in mind as we transition to the next pivotal story in our Packers coverage. As we dive into the final segment of our coverage today, let's take a closer look at Green Bay's recent OTA session, which turned out to be a significant glimpse into the team's rehab landscape. With 16 current roster players absent from practice, this was not just a workout. It was a crucial evaluation period that could set the tone for the upcoming training camp. One of the most talked about absences was none other than Micah Parsons, the all-pro edge rusher who made waves when he was acquired from Dallas in a preseason trade. Head coach Matt LaFleur provided some insight into Parsons' recovery from his ACL injury, stating he's doing great, but also indicating that he expects Parsons to begin training camp on the physically unable to perform list. This is a critical situation for the Packers, as the revised PUP rules mean that if Parsons starts the season on that list, he will miss at least the first 4 games. However, he can return to practice as early as week 3, which leaves us all wondering how this will impact Green Bay's defensive strategy. While Parsons was sidelined, the coaching staff had to shuffle the deck. Lucas Van Ness and Barron Sorrell took the lead with the first-team defense, while Brenton Cox Jr. rotated in to gain valuable experience. The absence of key players like Parsons does create a temporary picture for Green Bay's edge rusher situation, but it also opens up opportunities for others to shine. This is a chance for the team to assess depth and potential as they prepare for the rigors of the season ahead. On the offensive side, Tucker Kraft and Zack Tom were also working off to the side, focusing on their rehabilitation. LaFleur mentioned that both players are expected to be back by training camp or early in the preseason, adding that Kraft looks so good, you want to put him out there. This is promising news for a player who was on a standout trajectory prior to his ACL tear, racking up impressive stats with 32 catches for 489 yards and 6 touchdowns in just 8 games last season. Darian Kinnard made his mark at right tackle in place of Tom, while tight ends Luke Musgrave and Josh took the snaps in practice. The interior defensive line also faced changes as Devontae Wyatt was absent. New addition Javon Hargrave, who followed defensive coordinator Jonathan Gannon from Philadelphia, stepped into the first-team role alongside Carl Brooks and Warren Brinson, with rookie Chris McClellan rotating in. This new alignment under Gannon's defensive scheme is crucial, as it allows players to adapt and grow in a fresh environment. Valuable reps were being distributed throughout the roster, especially in the secondary, where Carrington Valentine lined up opposite Keyshawn Nixon. Rookie Brandon Cisse also saw time on the field, contributing to the reshaping of the defensive backfield under Gannon's guidance. This is a critical period for the Packers, and these practice sessions are the building blocks for the season to come. One of the highlights of the session was safety Evan Williams, who made a standout defensive play by sliding in to intercept a deep ball from Jordan Love intended for Christian Watson. This play exemplifies the competitive spirit that the Packers are fostering, even amidst the uncertainty of player recoveries. Nixon also made his mark by breaking up a throw to Musgrave, while Love skillfully evaded a blitz from Xavier McKinney, showcasing the offense's resilience. Later on, Watson responded with a leaping grab on a deep crossing route, proving that despite the challenges, the talent is there to make big plays. As we wrap up this segment, it's clear that the current roster's performance is vital in pushing the coaching staff to evaluate the depth chart continually. The players who are stepping up during this time are setting the stage for the return of those on the mend, and that competition can only benefit the Packers in the long run. Now, I want to hear from you, the fans. Where are you watching from, and what are your thoughts on how the Packers are handling these injuries? Do you believe they can overcome these early setbacks and come back stronger? Let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated on all things Packers, and share your opinions in the comments below. The road ahead is still winding, but the journey is what makes being a Packers fan so exhilarating.